Hey there, everyone. Welcome to A Slice of Life with Kellie and John. And today we're going to do another book reading, right? Is that what we got going on, John?
We are absolutely going to do it. Kelly's going to
Okay.
read from her book of a collection of authors, all female authors, called Tales of the Lioness. She's done a few readings so far from this, and especially the ladies in our audience have given really excellent comments and have even purchased the book because of what they heard Kelly read. So today we're going to have Kelly do another chapter from the book, a story that she chose. She'll tell you all about it now.
Okay. So, yeah, Tales of the Lioness is a collection of stories written by women who have overcome horrible stories, horrible events that have happened in their lives. And the one I'm reading today was written by a dear friend who I don't know anyone who has suffered the way she has. Um, and the story has someone named Kellie in it, her sister, but that's not me. It's her sister. So it's called the story is Call Me a Warrior by Khristina Jamison. There is an innocence about children that brings out the protective nature in most of us. It is almost unbearable to watch any child face disappointment or pain. Being an older sister brought out my protective instincts and taught me how unfair life can be. Most children fear the monsters under the bed. For my little sister, the monster was in bed with her. The greatest gift my mother and stepfather gave me was my precious baby sister, Kellie. She was someone to love and someone who loved me back. With Kellie, my life was bearable. I had someone to look after. When she was born, I was only 4 years old, but for the most part, it was I who warmed her formula, fed her, changed her diapers, and tucked her into bed at night. The smell of baby lotion brings back memories of holding her as if she was all mine. Sometimes I resented her, but mostly I just loved her with a passion. She was my living dolly. Kellie was so different than I. She was cheeky, full of joy and laughter. It was contagious. I can still hear the way she giggled when I brushed her hair. Sometimes she would sneak up and bite me, nipping like a little puppy. To this day, I can vividly remember how we sat in our sunny yellow kitchen and ate a jar of peanut butter sharing one spoon. We laughed hysterically as we alternated one bite for me and then one bite for Kellie. We were two silly little girls finding joy over a jar of peanut butter. It's her laughter that still rings in my ears, long after the memory of her voice was faded away. The power of that laughter and the memory of her grin can carry me past sorrow and still pull the corners of my mouth up into a smile. Sadly, as easily as thoughts of Kellie can give me joy, they can take me to depths of despair that no one should ever experience. As well as a little girl can, I worked hard to keep my baby sister safe and to preserve her joyful spirit. Like a mother lioness, I wanted to save her from any harm. I know that sounds too mature for a child, but I was a very bright little girl who had already seen too much. These are deep thoughts looking back. I believe now that I was operating on instinct. You grow up fast when your mother is a drug addict and your stepfather is a sadistic child molester. When they told me that Kellie was gone, I screamed and screamed. Family members have told me that I would just rock my body back and forth, screaming and crying. After a few days, I quit talking at all. When I finally did speak, I stuttered. It's hard for me to remember details of those days, even though I remember very well the days before and after. When I look back now, all I can recall is pain, a bottomless well of hurt, guilt, and loss. This black hole in my life happened when I was 9 years old and Kellie was only 5. And I'm going to stop here. There's so much more to the story and what Khristina went
Obviously,
through.
because it did to you already, because you know where the story goes.
it is horrific, and it is horrific that monsters live among us, and something that we should all be aware of, and that should be always, battled, something that we should always battle. So anyway, that's in the from the book. And just on a good note, Khristina is doing great. She thrives. She amazes me. She thrives as an individual. I can't believe what she's been through herself, let alone the loss, and how there's just so much more to the story. But anyway, if anybody wants to read more, it's Tales of the Lioness, and I'll leave the link below. And you asked me today, are
The
you going to cry? And I said, I've cried over this story so many times, I don't think I will, but I still like reliving, hearing about it. I didn't even live through it. I didn't know her at the time, but
right.
anyway, it's a rough one.
The
So
statistics of these kinds of things, as you said, uh,
it's
is
it's so
is
much more prevalent than we know,
it
than we talk
is
about. It's
it
very
is.
common.
Uh, I obviously I have no words. I hate when these stories do this to you, but it's important that they get told. And it's
Yes,
important that
exactly.
we let the audience know that there are books out there like Kellie's that tell these stories. And certainly, if anybody has any of these stories or of these things happening or have happened to them, there are a lot of
Yeah.
places that they can go
And you're
to.
not alone,
You-
because it's so
it's not
isolating.
even that you're not alone. It's the numbers, it appears, are enormous, but they're silent because people are embarrassed or uh,
Yeah.
ashamed or a multitude of other reasons that I just can't understand or relate to. But these are the kinds of stories that have to come out because these are the kinds of things that our society needs to stop
Yes.
or,
Well, and
or
when
stop from
children,
happening. Educate the people, educate kids in school, not just so that if it's happening to them to let authorities know, but teach these things to kids in school now so they don't grow up to become the monsters or to become the victims.
yeah, yes,
So
exactly.
there
Um,
you go, folks.
and the more we talk about it, the more the stigma goes away, because there's no reason to feel shame or guilt, or
No,
a lot of kids
no.
blame themselves, and they think
These are
that,
horrific things that might have happened to you,
yes, it's
and the
again
people
very
who
common.
did them to you are horrific,
Yes.
and there you go. Anyway, so we don't always have stories that make people laugh, folks. But we do want to let
But
everybody
important
know.
stories,
We want
important issues
exactly. We
in our
we
world.
want everybody to hear these important stories. So that's it. It's a short show today, and thank you, Kellie. Thank you,
Okay. Thank you, John.
and if you're in communication with this woman still, thank her for her story.
Yeah, I asked her if it was okay if I read it, and she
Yeah,
said sure.
good.
She's become more open about it, because it's hard to talk about, but she's
Oh,
a hero. I mean, she has really been a hero in this story.
absolutely. All right, folks. Thank you very much. Enjoy your week. Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All views expressed in this video belong to Kellie Nicholson, John D'Amore, and guests. These discussions do not represent the opinions of any entity whatsoever with which they have been affiliated now or will be in the future. The opinions expressed are solely theirs, and since they are critically thinking human beings, these views are subject to change, subject to revision, and subject to rethinking at any time. These conversations are not meant to be taken as advice and are only for the purpose of entertainment. All statements may be based on hearsay and not necessarily valid proof of any claims in this video. It is not our intention to teach or advise on any topic. Unless otherwise noted, all photos are public domain. Thanks for watching A Slice of Life with Kellie and John.